listening to tapes, taking notes. I built a library in my mind. I stopped asking, how much does it cost? And started asking, what's it worth? And guess what? Things started to change, not on the outside at first, but inside. I started walking different, talking different, thinking different. And wouldn't you know it, opportunities started to find me. People started to trust me. Why? Because they could feel that I was becoming someone worth following. You see, your job might make you a living, but your personal growth makes you a life. Your employer might give you a paycheck, but you decide what you become. And the beautiful part? You're not stuck. You're not fixed. You're a work in progress with unlimited capacity. Here's something I used to tell my audiences: don't get through the day you get from the day. If you go to work just to punch in and punch out, you're missing the gold. Every conversation, every challenge, every obstacle is a mirror. It's showing you something about yourself. Learn from it. Stretch from it. Grow because of it. Because if you work hard on your job, yes, you learn a living. But if you devote yourself to becoming more valuable, more capable, more wise, you learn a fortune, in every sense of the word. Not just money. Confidence. Freedom. Influence. Peace. And you can't put a price on those. So my challenge to you is this: become a student of you. Set aside time every day, not for Netflix, not for gossip, not for worry, but for growth. Even 15 minutes a day, compounded over time, turns into a powerhouse of transformation. Get fascinated by your own potential. Curiosity is fuel. Feed it. And remember, the most important project you'll ever work on is you. Absolutely. Here's the expanded version of the third keynote: discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Let's unfold it in that classic Jim Rohn rhythm: simple truths, told with depth, warmth, and a quiet fire. Let me tell you a truth that changed everything for me, and if you let it, it can change everything for you too. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. You see, it's not enough to set a goal. That's the easy part. Anyone can say, I want to get fit, I want to build wealth, I want to write a book, and that's a good start. But goals are like seeds that they carry potential, but they don't bloom on their own. You've got to tend to them. You've got to work them. You've got to discipline yourself to see them through. Now when I say discipline, I don't mean punishment. I mean design. I mean self-command. I mean doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Because that's when discipline matters most. Anybody can act when the mood is right. But winners act whether the mood is there or not. One of the greatest lessons I ever learned is that your habits create your future. And discipline? That's what shapes your habits. It's brushing your teeth for the mind. You do it daily not because you're excited every time, but because it keeps things clean. It keeps the machine working. Discipline is the alarm clock that gets you up when you'd rather sleep. It's the notebook you keep beside you to capture ideas before they drift away. It's saying no to the extra dessert because you said yes to a healthier life. It's choosing to practice instead of scrolling, choosing to prepare instead of winging it, choosing to follow through instead of just talking about it. I'll never forget when I first started applying discipline to my life. At first, It was clunky. I'd miss days. I'd make excuses. I'd say things like, "I'll start Monday," or "I deserve a break." And guess what? Monday turned into Tuesday, and the break turned into a week. But then I heard a phrase that stopped me cold: every disciplined effort has multiple rewards. Not just one reward, a multiple. That means one act of discipline can pay off in your energy, your reputation, your self-respect, your results. That's when I knew discipline wasn't the enemy. It was the key. Let me put it another way: a discipline creates freedom. Most people think freedom means doing whatever you want, whenever you want. But that's not freedom, that's often just chaos in disguise. True freedom comes from knowing you're in control of you. True freedom is looking in the mirror and knowing you showed up for yourself. That you didn't betray your own promise. Now listen, discipline isn't glamorous. It's not flashy. It usually happens behind closed doors, early in the morning or late at night, when nobody's watching. It's the quiet stacking of bricks. But eventually, you look up and realize that you've built a cathedral. Discipline turns average into excellent. It turns vision into victory. It turns 1 page a day into a library. $1 a day into wealth. 1 rep at the gym into a strong, capable body. 1 act of kindness a day into a legacy of impact. And here's the beautiful part: it's learnable. You're not born with discipline, you develop it. Just like a muscle. Start small. Show up. Repeat. You'll be amazed at what happens. Because the gap between who you are and who you want to be, it's not luck. It's not talent. It's not timing. It's discipline. That's the bridge. Walk it. Absolutely. Here's the expanded version of the 4th keynote: don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. In the spirit of Jim Rohn, this part blends raw honesty with empowering perspective, speaking directly to the soul and the will of the listener. Let me give you a phrase that has stuck with me through the years, one that doesn't coddle you, but challenges you, and if you take it to heart, it can change the entire way you approach life. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Now that's not just a clever line. That's philosophy. That's personal responsibility wrapped in wisdom. You see, most people spend their lives hoping for less challenge. They want lighter loads, fewer problems, softer paths. But life doesn't give us that. Life gives us opportunity wrapped in adversity. Life gives us growth dressed up as difficulty. And so many folks sit there saying, if only the economy were better. If only my boss were different, a broken bar, if only I had more support, more time, more breaks. But let me ask you, what if you became stronger than the obstacle? What if you became wiser than the problem? See, you can't shrink the mountain, but you can build stronger legs. That's the secret. Don't go looking for a smaller wave, learn to be a better surfer. I remember when I was struggling early in my career. Bills piling up, dreams gathering dust. I'd think, man, if this company just paid more, a broken bar, if I'd been born into a different family, a broken bar, if I could just catch one break. But those thoughts did nothing but keep me stuck. Because wishing for easier conditions doesn't prepare you for greater levels. That all changed when I met a man who said, Jim, don't ask for life to get easier. You ask for yourself to get better. I thought a better how? He said, better thinker, better reader, better listener, better planner, better with people, better with your time, better in your discipline, better in your courage. And that's when it clicked. Success isn't something you pursue, it's something you attract by the person you become. So I got to work not on my environment, but on me. I started reading. Not just casually, I mean seriously. I started journaling, taking notes, listening to people who had been places I wanted to go. And slowly, the problems that once seemed huge, they didn't shrink. I grew. And suddenly, I could handle more. I could lead more. I could be more. Let me tell you something important. Life is not designed to give you what you want. It's designed to give you what you deserve. And what you deserve is directly linked to how much better you become. Not in a selfish way, but in a responsible, personal growth-driven way. That's why I say, don't curse the challenge, welcome it. It's not there to stop you. It's there to shape you. Because who you become in the process of overcoming it, that's the real reward. And here's what's powerful: when you stop wishing for things to be easier, you start tapping into your own potential. And potential is the great equalizer. You might not control what happens out there, but you have absolute control over how prepared you are to meet it. So whether it's business, relationships, health, or finances, don't ask for shortcuts. Don't beg for handouts. Just whisper to yourself every morning, let me become the kind of person who can handle it. Because that's the game, not to avoid the storm, but to become the kind of captain who can sail through it.